how to create a Weebly website and how to import your renders. So, getting started, you will have to go to Weebly.com. I do want to make a note that some of this information might have changed, but the process should be very similar, especially after the transition of Weebly joining Square. So, when you go to Weebly.com, you're simply going to click on Sign Up. When you click on Sign Up, it's going to ask you for your information. Like I said, how this looks might have changed and so on, and most likely you'll create a Square account rather than a Weebly account, but the information is going to be similar, just asking for some general information, your email, and so on. After that, you're simply going to click on continue, and now you can start creating your actual website. I do want to note that this is also a free version of Weebly, but there is also some paid options that you can add later on. So the first thing is going to ask you to choose a theme. I do want to note that you can also change the theme later on, so you can try it out, and if you don't like it, you can always update it. In this case, there's different categories. I'm going to click on Portfolio, and I'm going to choose this one. You can choose whichever you think it's best, but in this case, I'm going to go with this one, and for the purposes of this video, I'm going to be using this template. The template will change the types of color, the wording, and so on, and like I said, you can always play around with that. So choose the one that fits best for your project or for your design. And so now, let's actually click. It's going to give you a preview of how it's going to look. When you're ready to go, just click on Start Editing. After that, it's going to ask you to name your website. So this is going to be the name that people are actually going to use when they want to find your website. So for this, just simply for now, to keep it professional, you can simply put your first, last name, and if that's not available, you can always add some sort of number or keyword such as architecture, photography, something like that. Or if you have a name for your company or a potential company, you can also name it like that. So in this case, you can put your name, first and last name, and if that's available, you'll see at the bottom that it'll say your name, Weebly.com. In this case, this is unavailable. So you'll have to continue those until you find a website name that is available to use. Like I mentioned, this is going to be a free version, so it will have this Weebly watermark embedded into your name. So it'll be your name, Weebly.com. But if you want to remove that Weebly, these options here in the middle, it's options that you can actually purchase. So it'll be just your name.com, but the prices for these will vary, so you can always click here in case you want to do that, and you can always do this at a later time as well. So take some minutes and find your actual website name that's available. Once you do that, click it and select it. Now let's actually start modifying and adding images. I'm going to go back to my Weebly account just to give you a live demo. So the first thing is you'll notice some things in the top: build, pages, themes, and so on. We're going to focus on these two for today. So the first one is going to be pages. Pages is actually all the different sort of places people can navigate in. In this case, I already have welcome, drafting, and contact. If I create a new page, let's create a standard page, and I'm just going to call it new page 2. And click done. You're going to see how new page 2 now is here. It's going to be empty for now because it's brand new. But let's say I really want a new page to be part of contact or part of welcome. Just simply going to drag it, and it becomes a subcategory or sort of laddered in. So now when I go to welcome, it'll be new page and so on. So this, once you click it, you can also sort of change the name, or you can delete it and so on. One of the things that's hopefully you've noticed is that I have other websites or other pages here, but they're not visible here. So any page can actually be hidden, and when I do that, now it won't appear here. You can do that in case you're still working on a specific page, or there's things that they're outdated and you want to remove, but you still want to hold on to them and so on. So this is just basically what is seen and not seen to the public. For now, I'm going to delete this new page 2 because I already created one. So for this demo, I'm going to click on drafting 1441, which is that page that I already created. So you do have to be in the correct page in order to edit that. So, okay, I'm in drafting 1441. Now let's actually click on build to start editing that actual page. The first thing is adding some sort of text. In this case, there's two options, title and text. And title is just a bigger size and text a bit smaller. So for Weebly, all you do is drag and drop. So I'm going to drag my text over here. You can see now I can simply type something out. For now, I'm going to delete. To delete, you just press the little X on the top right corner. In this case, I already have something written down. So in this case, because it is to show my renders, I'm going to say this is rendering animation of this is where you say a house, a hospital, a villa, a cabin. And so hopefully what you're writing here, the next couple of phrases, it's being represented in your renders. So let's say I'm going to talk about this render. This is project showcases a museum that has a water feature that reflects the building, creating this peaceful, serene environment. Right? But if I'm talking about this water feature and this reflection, if my renders are, let's say, all interior or on this side and so on, and I never show this water feature, then this description won't really be a clear connection to what I'm doing. So this short phrase should be something of what you want people to see and explore as they're viewing your renders. So take a couple of minutes and come up with the phrase for your renders. And in this case, it will all be, they're different, in this case, they're different images, but in your case, it will be a single image, perhaps of a single project, and so all of these will be of the same project. So now, let's add some pictures let's bring in your rendered images. So for images, you do have three options. Images is just a single image. A gallery creates a sort of multiple images, which is very similar to the slideshow. So drag and drop, I'm going to bring slideshow for this one, and you can see how it gives you different options. Choose the one that you think is best. For my purposes, I like this one, so I'm going to continue. And now, after that, you just add all your images. As you can see, I already done that, and it adds the images at the bottom. You can also navigate through here, click play, and it creates a type of slideshow. If I still want to edit and add more, I can always edit photos. I can still modify, delete some, and so on. And you can see this one has a little caption. So I actually went in and I wrote night render. There's also options of you clicking link in case you want to link. When someone sees this image and clicks it, they can send them to another page, even within your website or a different URL, and so on. So look into giving names to these so that it helps viewers even more. And once you're done, just click save. So like I said, I gave a caption to this one. I called it night render, and so when someone sees it, they understand what the goal of this render was. The second part is to add a video. So as I mentioned, Weebly has, this is a free version, so there is an upgrade option. You can look into it as to the pricing, but one of the options of upgrading, it allows you to add video straight into your website. But if you want to still keep the free version, a different way to how to do that is adding a YouTube video. So the extra step will be you uploading your video in YouTube and then bringing this YouTube option, copying that link to your video and pasting it here. So you can see I've already done that in the bottom, and it just plays in your website. You don't have to it doesn't take you to YouTube, but it'll be part of YouTube. Right? So the last step will be bringing in your panoramic set. You can see I've already done it here, but how do you do that? If you've created your panoramic set in Twinmotion, it'll bring you to this cloud option. So let's say I want to bring this one in. So I'm going to make sure my password is not enabled, and then I'm going to go here for embed code. This has to do with embedding the code in a website. I'm simply going to copy this code. I'm going to come to Weebly, and I'm going to look for the option that says embed code. I'm going to bring it in, again, drag and drop. I'm going to click here, I'm going to edit my custom, I'm going to paste this, and just by clicking on the right, it'll be there. I'm going to delete one of them because I don't need to have both of them, but you can see now anyone can come into your scene and actually walk through the panoramic set without having to sort of move around. If for some reason you didn't create it in Twinmotion and you made it in Lumion, or another one doesn't have this embed option, you can always click on link to give you an actual link to the website. So you can actually put as a text, and then you would simply the link that you have to your panoramic, you can input it there. So you can put the link, and then you would just create that actual link to the website URL and place it there. Link here. You do have to press that link, and it'll, when someone comes, it'll link them there. So you would have to write something like panoramic set, click here, and then you put the link there. For now, I'm going to delete that. You can also put the QR code, but again, it is a website, so we'd rather have things that are clickable, or you can add it as an image, that QR code, and you can add as I mentioned in the past. So let's say you have a QR code, you can bring it, but you can also add that website has an actual link to, you can link that image to another place. So for now, I'm going to delete all of that, and I'm going to simply continue with what I have. So that is pretty much it when it comes to this. The last part, most important one, is to publish your actual presentation. So you're going to click on publish. When you click on publish, that's when all the things actually get saved and can be seen. If you don't do that, it will only be seen by you. After that, you click on your website. I'm going to go to drafting, which is where I made it. I can see I have all those changes already there. So that is pretty much it when it comes to creating rendering. Please let me know if you have any questions.